Woo, 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 woo. I'm on my way back in the house and I got my hair done. And so my girlfriend, my fellow sister from the Academy of Notre Dame, and my still sister getting her hair done. And I met her one. And then, you know, I was having an interesting conversation with my god sister. Happy birthday. It's my god sister's birthday today. And my cousin James' his birthday today. So I'm going to say happy birthday to them. James, you know, the one I said. I know he ain't one of the sussies. Yeah, him. I was wondering, a word of warning. You know, remember when I was talking about all money is not good money the other day? Well, all representation is not good representation, because the trick bag that folks are being put into, because we been talking about this a minute ago, I was like, geez, in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, it's so overrun with the effeminate representation. If it's not the criminal, it's the effeminate. So when you don't want to be with a criminal, wait a minute, let me make it 3 categories. You got the criminal, crash out, dummy. Then you got the criminal, sassy, dummy, crash out. Then you got the totally effeminate, abdicated his manhood to a female. There's too many of them in this area. And then the guys that, or men that aren't any of that, that are actually merge material, they're either sus or taken. So while everybody's out here worried about representation, nobody's worried about the dating pool in the dating market. We talk how young ladies now are like, well, shoot, we need to move down south or move. You know what? How they got the passport brothers? Ladies, it's time for the passport sisters. Go around hopping and scotching over the globe to find us some masculine men. There's some masculine men, but not in this area. It's not that many of them. And I'm going to tell you why. Because when you let people, when you buy into the representation narrative and the representation that they only worried about are feminism, feminized, or gay, outright. So you have to be one of those for them to push you. Now, it was interesting, and I was like, they've been coming out with these studies that I really don't need them to. I didn't need them to tell me that, but I think some people need to know, and then they still don't get it. It was a study a couple of months ago of women, not just conservative women like myself. I'm a conservative Christian. Yes, I am. Conservative Christian. So it's not just women like myself, but it was some liberals, you know, the one with the skittle hair and the bonnets and all that. Yeah, them. A lot of them was saying they don't want to date liberal men. You want to know why they don't want to date liberal men? Because they know what they represent. They're pushing. See, deep down, these foolish women know. Deep down, these foolish women know exactly what they're pushing in liberal men. That's why you see these men standing up here, and I keep saying it. I'm going to keep saying it. The reason you keep seeing them, you know, boast about being masculine, they got to prove it. See, they're not really masculine, because if you were really masculine, you don't have to see it. See, you can see masculinism on a man that's masculine and confident, walking in his masculinity. I don't look at Tim Wall to see masculine. Well, yeah, he talking about he the most no. Then you had the stupid actress that played Juno. I like the movie Juno, but Ellen Page. What she call herself now? Elliot Page. Now she's so confused. Y'all got these people so confused. She said that she can tell you what healthy masculinity is. Healthy masculinity. So in the liberal brain rot mind, a healthy masculine or healthy masculinity is feminine. But yet, see, Elliot, whatever her name is, her name is Ellen. Ellen Page, whatever you done did to yourself, that's fine. You did that to you. You ain't worried about, masculinity. You in the, and then I don't know if you are, if you're not, because, or if you along with the programming, because that's what they're elevating these people to program. So you see Laverne Cox, big old man. I don't know what her first name is before she became Laverne, but she ain't no she a he, but she bigger than me. But Laverne Cox, you see her name Cox, because she still got a... I'm sorry, I gotta laugh because it makes me want to cry, so I gotta make a joke about it. But so Laverne Cox, she can't get no roles since I think it's just you, boo, because I still see too many individuals running around here in movies and being thrust into movies to sell the gay agenda. So it's likely just you. But they got OnlyFans and they got Tubi. They got all these networks that I see a lot of actors going on now that are good actors, not just the B-rated or EBT rated actors. You got actual actors doing Tubi movies now. So you can go on there, girl, boy. You the only one that might say girl too, because you big. You big. You trip me up. I'm dang on sure gonna fall. But yeah, but listen, let me explain something to you. See, this is what I like about conservative men. And I'm like, that's what we need more of, but people don't, y'all done trashed and stigmatized them so badly, but y'all don't know that's exactly who y'all looking for. Because conservative men, first of all, don't lead with, and you got gay conservative men. Secretary Besant, am I saying his name right? He's gay. He's married to a man. But you wouldn't know that. He ain't walking around here talking about, yeah, I need to put this flag. No, because, and then he's an older individual. He's older. Rick Grinnell, he's fine. Good God Almighty. He got them on those greenish color eyes. He's a fine. I remember when I first found out, I was like, dang, you was a waste of man. You was a waste of man. I mean, he gay. But he doesn't lead with gay, and he fine. That man is fine. But he gay. See, they don't lead with that because they don't want that to be the representation. Because if you lead with being gay, somewhere somebody's going to replicate and think that that's what all men supposed to be. And then you get this effeminate syndrome like we have in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area. Because if they're not criminal, scamming intent, because they mama, in them glorified, and they want to be like in the rap, like the rappers and these music, and then you got all these little rappers, all these little crews and stuff in these neighborhoods, all of them have rappers. And then what they do is they get in their videos, they have their guns and their weed, and they jumping around and they throwing money, and then they talk about each other, and then they brag about who got shot, and then it's just a cycle going back and forth. So if you creating a market for the criminal crash out, that's who our daughters, if they stay around here, will be dating. Then you have the criminal sassy crash out, because unfortunately one guy, I don't know if it's true, because when people die and they don't really like you, because the young man, the latest rapper that got killed last week, horrible. They, the people that didn't, the different crews around the city, because that's how they diss each other. They talk trash. Y'all know how disrespectful y'all are when people die. Y'all talk trash about them, and yeah, so-and-so did this, that, and the other. Yeah, nigga, you a t-shirt, you this, that, and the other. So they basically was doing some of that. But one young pretend to be girl said that was its favorite DL. So he might have been zesty. And if he wasn't, that's a nasty bone to put on somebody. But so when I think about that, I'm like, okay, then you got that. You got the criminal crash out sassy or down low that your daughters have to may be content with. And then you got the straight up already, you know, they walking around with wigs on. And then what's making so bad, these boys wear wigs one day and then they take their wigs off and walk around. But yet, y'all hollering about representation. See, this inclusion thing, I knew long ago what it was. I knew what devil it was. But y'all don't see the devil in it. Some people do. Some people now are seeing it because it's like, whoa, wow, why are we getting more of this? Because when that's the representation that you want to push in front of people, you're making a market. It's not a good dating pool for young women. It's also not a good pool of protection because, one, okay, I know y'all think y'all sons because they got all these guns and stuff, but they don't shoot well because it's always an innocent bystander. They're reckless, they're emotional, just like females. So when you acting like that with no rational mindset, you do reckless stuff. So that's why they out here shooting sideways or shooting, and they shoot, they see somebody, they don't care who's around, they weren't raised on the street code because somewhere the older generation, no, I think some of them probably learned, but they threw it out because they don't listen. They don't have to because mommy tell them they ain't got to listen to nobody. Yeah. So they out here shooting recklessly, and then they won't never be able to strategize because when you mad or you angry and you just shooting and just being reckless, that's what you do. So when you need protection, and this is what I'm saying, like, you got to start thinking smart. Y'all keep wanting all these sassies around, but when it goes down, because if you kill off police, if you beat up first responders, if you even handicap police and doing their job, when you really in danger and you need men, real men, because real men, they seek to protect first. So they're going to run out the effeminate. A lot of the guys, I see guys in my building all day that walk around my building. I'm like, you ain't going to do nothing but roll over somewhere behind me. Now they might every now and then, and some of them will remember that they got some masculinity in them, but I'm scared that they might start fighting like a girl or something. I don't know. But some of them, they don't look like they can do too much of nothing. So I'm like, you're not a good look. So y'all gotta wake up. Like, and then all they doing is they done used you, because I told you is a thing. DEI is not about you. It's not. And it's been proven, but y'all still go down the rabbit hole with it. I mean, Black Enterprise magazine told you it's not about you. They got the numbers too. So you it's all about expanding zesty, elevating females, which is out of order. Come on, where the people that really go to church and read the Bible for real? It's a wash. So DC is just, the DC area is just going to crap. Going to crap. And I'm praying, but it's like, oh girl, it's a wrap. You got no eligible men, and if they eligible, you got to worry about if they sassy or if they, you know, they mama done raised them too much where they be like, oh, I can't so and so because my mom, they weak. Their mom made them weak. They weak, and they whine. See what they're doing? They make too many whiny men. Men don't whine. I don't care. It used to be a time when no matter what side you were on, first of all, you was a Christian. First and foremost, y'all done took Christianity and put it behind everything else. So whatever you put in front of being a Christian, that's what you are. So your light and your Jesus and your message and your everything is weak. So you're not reproducing that Christianity or that likeness of Jesus. You reproducing the effeminate representation. That's why I'm like, if it's really men in this area, what y'all doing? That's the representation, so that represents you? Because when you vote for representation, that's what you voting for. If the sassies and the men that hand their manhood over, that's you? Is that you? Is that you? But y'all ain't the men that nobody want to be around in the end. Because it's not attractive. Even liberal, skittle-haired women know that. It's not attractive. It's not attractive. Stop lean. I'm telling you, stop. Lean into, yes, I'm a good person because I work every day. I get up. I'm self-reliant. I'm self-sufficient. I'm blah, 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 blah. Stop leaning into things that they use to weaken and divide. Because everybody wants to outdo one another. Everybody wants to, you know, compete. Who can have the most double but you ain't worried about identifying with Christ. And that's why we don't see no Christ. We don't see nothing but crime. And these people, the politicians, don't care about you criming. They good. Because they make money in office. They get money. They get to swindle money. Not all of them, because not all of them do that, honestly. But we seeing a whole lot of swindling. They swindling. But the main thing is they creating a class of people that can take you out. But they good. So that means less people to worry about waking up to the foolishness and being like, hey, this is not, having all these sassy men is not in my best interest. I want to marry a man that's going to protect me and take care of home. And if I want to work or don't want to work, I'll have the option. But no. Because see, they ain't thinking about you. They thinking about themselves and how they can keep and replicate themselves and keep you blind and not thinking. Because it's only about representation. That's where you stop. That's where all thought stops. I ain't need them to tell me no study, and I didn't need to look around. I don't need nothing. But I'm worried about when you say you representing, because what they do is they put you, make you the face, prop you up and tell you it's about you, it's about you, it's about you. Because they know you thirsty, because you need to be validated with your identity when your identity comes from Christ. So Christ would and has already validated you, but when you don't know that, you're easy prey. And now us this really want strong conservative, because conservatives are only trying to replicate Christians, and conservatives are trying to replicate men that do what they supposed to do. Not sassies, because sassies only worry about, oh, you don't recognize me because I'm sassy. I like the bit. Well, nobody care about you bending over, boy. Well, nobody care about that. But y'all done elevated this thing and made it a thing, so now they got to throw that all up in everybody's face. Y'all messing everything up. And then you going against God, so you really messing thing up. Y'all need to get this together. Seriously.